Okay, Diane, let's take a look at your swing today. And your grip looks fine. Setup looks pretty good. Draw a little angle up the shaft here. Take a look and see what your head's doing. So over here on the left, overall you keep your hips underneath you pretty good and you're turning your shoulders nicely. So you get to the top of the swing, your head's basically still, moved a hair to the right, which is fine, and you've turned your back to the target. You do have a fair amount of bend in that left arm. So remember, we're trying to cock our wrists, not our elbows as much, or at least your left elbow. So you try to get some extension there, while cocking your wrist would always help with your power. You do make a nice move forward with your hips. So your hips now have moved forward, which is good, past where they started. So now all your weight's on your left foot. And as you see, when you get back to impact, your head's right in the same spot. Club face is pretty square. Good extension there with your arms as your hips clear out of the way. Good extension there. Nice balanced finish. So everything looks pretty good from here, but over here on the right is where you're going to see it looks a little bit out of sorts there, and that the club is working outside of the ball at this point. Right away it's going on the other side of the target line, outside, and staying out there. So that club is roughly parallel to the ground, the shaft is, but the club hasn't come inside the target line even an inch. At that point, that golf club should be in front of your hands, and your hands can even come in a little bit. You'll see that your hand path literally is straight back, if not a little bit out. And then all of a sudden you'll switch gears and you'll start pulling your arms in across you. And by the top of the swing, your arms are plenty in. And then this point here, that club's just not coming down quite enough from the inside to hit that little draw. So you get a little bit of a fade. So we worked on working that club a little bit more inward. Oop. So it's not nearly as in as you think, but I want you to feel it like that club is coming immediately in, the handle's working immediately inward, away from the target line, and up. But overall, as you got to the top, not too bad. Still like to see the club coming down a little bit more from the inside. At that point in the swing, I'd like to see, your hands would be more inside. The golf club would be more inside, be right there, so that club head would be more in. And that would make it easier for you to draw the ball consistently, and you'd hit it farther. But this was a pretty good shot. Your arms work nicely around your body. You just kind of, if you could rehinge the wrist right there, it'd be even better. But overall, there's nothing wrong with this coming through. But again, you can just kind of relax that and get that club moving more in. And then we did one with your driver. Same thing occurred. Your arms don't come in really at all in the beginning of your swing, and the club stays a little too far out. And then you dramatically work your arms across your body. So they do get in at the top. I'd like to see you work your arms a little bit more inward and upward. So what I showed you was Suzanne Pedersen. So you can compare those two. When she gets the club moving back, see how her hands are working inward and up that line, and yours are above that line, and your club's way out there. So we went over that quite a bit today. We want that club right in front of your hands, like you're shaking hands with the golf club right there. You can see your hands and your golf club, the club head, are right there in front of you. So your arms have to work inward as the club's working in and up. As you get about halfway back in the swing, things start looking a whole lot better. And we get up to about shoulder height, and now your arms are in plenty. So it's like you're making up for the fact that they were out. And there they're plenty in. Now what you want to do at the top is try to get a little extension, try to get your left arm a little bit more extended away from you, and you only need to go up maybe another inch and you'd be pretty good. When you start down, you're going to see that club comes down pretty well right here. So you're in good position as far as the club coming now from the inside. And now it's going to come right down that plane line, right back where it should be. So now it's looking even better. Now you look like you should be on tour. And this was coming down nicely from the inside here, much like hers does. Okay, so that's how you want to come into the golf ball consistently, and you'll hit that straight ball or that little draw. So there you have it. That's what we worked on today. I think if you work on that start of that swing, and then when you want to try to hit the ball a little bit higher, just keep your upper body back behind the golf ball a little longer. I have a good picture of that too. This gal won the U.S. Open, Now Young Choi or something. So if I you can see her ball position with her driver. Watch how when she moves forward, she stays back with her head, and that allows her to hit slightly up on the ball. And if you can hit slightly up on the ball, just nicking the top of that tee, you're going to launch the ball higher and carry it farther. So the upper body kind of stays back as that lower body pushes forward toward the target, and then you can hit up on it. So that's a good image right there. You can see the hips are definitely forward, but the upper body's back. That's how you launch the ball high. That combined with that ball position being, under your left shoulder. Right there. And that should take care of those low balls. So arms inside, play the ball forward, stay behind it. You're going to hit high launching draws and hit it probably another 20, 30 yards farther down the fairway. So good job. Hope that helps you, and talk to you soon.